Hello, my name is Colin Edders. I am presenting my ME2900 prototype project. I have created an automatic deadbolt. This deadbolt opens with an RFID chip on the outside and a button on the inside. I have installed it on my garage door because the design I have takes up way more room than the finished product would. You know, with the breadboard, the microcontroller, the finished product would take up less real estate and would be more universal. The other doors of my property all have windows next to the deadbolt. So, yep, here we are. Let's go over the components. We have a power supply unit, which is driven by an AC outlet. It is used to more consistently deliver electricity to the stepper motor, which is driven by the motor driver down here. We have inverting Schmitt trigger, which is what the button uses to send the signal to the microcontroller. And then the Arduino microcontroller is underneath, kind of hard to see. And then to signal access granted or denied, we have a RGB LED on the inside. We have one on the outside, as well as the RFID scanner. Let's demonstrate the functionality of my prototype. We have two RFID codes. This one is the incorrect one. The LED glows red to signal access denied. This RFID is the correct code. As you see, it's green. Deadbolt goes in. There's a preset delay before the lock reactivates. And that's that. Functionality from the inside, there is no reason to deny access when you're leaving, so we have a simple button. Waits a preset amount of time for the user to go through the door. And then relocks. My idea for this prototype came about from coming home with my hands full of stuff, and I always have to set something down and find my keys. This way I can have the RFID in my pocket or even hanging from my wrist on a keychain, and all I have to do is get close to the scanner and it would unlock the door. I wouldn't have to set my stuff down to come inside. The other thing that I like about my prototype is that the lock automatically activates, meaning like when I'm laying in bed at night, I don't have to get up and go check to make sure I lock the door. I know that as long as there's electricity, the lock will activate itself. Brings me to my final point. Some of the things I would change about this is that I would like for the stepper motor to be on an independent pivot that you could also activate with a key and a tumbler, like a regular deadbolt. That way, so if you do lose power, you're not locked in or out of your house. Some of the things I have learned from this project are that when you're building a prototype such as this with multiple components, it is best to get each one of them working individually before trying to make them mesh together. For instance, here I made sure that my button and the Schmitt trigger was working. I made sure that the RFID was working. I made sure that the stepper motor was working. And then when I started writing the code, I just compiled all of the other codes into one. Another thing I have found out about this project is that since Arduino is an open source product, it is easy to find information and libraries online that can help you when developing a prototype. Let's show the function one more time. Denied. Granted. Inside. Close the door. And then when you're ready to leave,